Hello and welcome back to Studio Blocks. My name is Weird and Bearded. In today's episode, more farms. We need to build more farms. You see, I do have plans beyond farms. I promise we got such big plans for this server. We kind of need to get set up. Next week, I am planning on starting work on my starter base at long last. But I need to get 2 more farms in before I can do that. One of them is going to be all about the bees. And another one is going to be all about, I don't know which chest to pick. Oh, perfect! The logs. So we're going to have a bee farm, we're going to have 2 tree farms, hopefully even a 3rd tree farm. I'm currently working on collecting the resources over here, but the bee farm resources are all ready to go. I just need to get them all crafted together, so I'm about to go live. We're going to have a crafting session, then we're going to head over to the nether and we'll build ourselves a couple of bee farms. And we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, it goes well. And there we have it, 2 bee farms, one over here for honeycomb, so of course that is filled with shears, and on the other side for honey bottles, so that one is filled with glass bottles. This took an awfully long time to collect all that sand. But yeah, we have a couple of bee farms, the bees all seem very happy. I then immediately took them down because initially we built this in the nether, and I forgot that there's a bug. Sometimes, on some worlds, bees do not emerge from hives and nests in the nether. There are ways to fix it, I couldn't be bothered with them. It does work in the end. We are not at the end yet, but for now we can build it in the overworld and be happy. I then started taking it apart again, because I noticed an issue with my design. So, when the dispenser activates, the drops can go in front of the bee nest, or they can go behind and just land on the comparators and not get picked up. So my plan was, let's just give you a better view of that little chamber there. So my initial plan, redo all the redstone to block that off. And then I had another idea, which you may be able to tell from the blocks in my inventory. Yeah, we could just place those with poppers leading into the rails so that when the minecart goes past, it picks up the blocks. So I'm just going to implement this on the other side, and then the bee farms are complete. I've been trying to figure out what to do next, because I've got a lot of resources to collect for the other farms, and one of those things is obsidian. I need about 21 stacks of obsidian for one of these farms. And it's not the easiest thing to get. Yeah, you can go to lava lakes, spread water out, but it's much easier to go to the end. And we haven't been to the end yet. We haven't done a dragon fight, but I think there's a way around that. If I take... I'll take this waystone, because that's to the weird bee farms. We'll take this waystone. We'll grab some ender eyes, and we're going to search for the end. Oh, that's the ender pearls, not ender eyes. Well, that's convenient. I'm... Well, let's clear this away first of all. Nobody wants that. But yeah, seems like we got ourselves a little end portal. I'm gonna go back and get the blaze powder so we can actually fill this up properly. I think I've got everything ready. I'm gonna just set my spawn here just in case things go awry. Then we can build this thing up. And away we go. Now, obviously, it would be unfair of me to do the dragon fight before everybody else gets the chance. So we'll try and arrange some group dragon fight soon. But I'm not here to fight the dragon, I'm just here to collect some obsidian. That's why I've got the waystone with me. We don't need to fight the... Hopefully, we don't need to fight the dragon to get out of here, because I do not have the stuff I need to fight the dragon. Let's try and find a nice big pillar. That looks like a nice big pillar. And then hopefully, as long as I keep out of sight of the dragon, then I should be okay. So now we're inside. I should be safe from the dragon. So I'm just going to dig out the inside of this pillar. I'm going to keep the recording on just in case something happens. But yeah, clear this pillar out. See how much obsidian I have. Well, I have what I need. It turns out the lower down you are, the less the Ender Dragon attacks you. As I was digging at the top, the best way I can describe it is when you're doing something and a cat wants your attention. But with sharp claws. It has kept battering me about. I did actually head off back to base at some point. I've already got the waystone down, just to fix my armour up. But apart from that, nothing major occurred. We've got all of the obsidian needed. Need to go put that in there. Let's head back to the nicer village. No Ender Dragon deaths yet. So I'm going to figure out what my next task is. At some point I do need to just spend some time AFK at the Hoglin farm to get some leather so we can trade all the leather away, get a load of redstone dust. Maybe we do that soon. But for now, I'm going to get this stuff sorted, see what else is on my list. I spent a few hours going through the list, figuring out what I needed, gathering stuff. And now we have almost everything. There are two things missing. First of all, big gap going over several chests. That is for the honey bottles from the bee farms. I've actually got my camera account AFK there at the moment. We're getting close. But also, yeah, starting here, and also some down here, we need redstone. Now, when I've had to do redstone previously, I used this little setup that I put together, where we've got 10 clerics on one side, and then 10 leather workers that I got down to 1 leather per emerald. But we now have an iron farm. We can get iron very quickly. I'm not even going to bother doing price reduction. We're just going to get rid of these villagers, put down some smithing tables, get some more villagers in, and then trade all of this iron for redstone dust. And then I will have everything I need. I can get on with crafting. So I'm going to get that done, and then we'll figure out where we're going to put these things. While we have all of the resources collected, we've also moved them over to here because I think this will be the best place to put the farms, especially this one. I've realised as well, I haven't actually really spoken about these farms. I've said we're building 3 farms, I've not gone into any further detail that I recall. I may have done, I can't really remember. So this is actually for 2 tree farms. We're going to be building a dark oak tree farm and a general farm that covers acacia, birch, oak, spruce and jungle, although the jungle trees, because of sapling drops, it's not great. You need to go get more saplings quite often, so maybe at some point I will design another jungle tree farm with better sapling return. And we're going to build them here because we're going to be using block streams, so they're going to join in at this point and go into the blast chamber. Then over here, we're going to be building a mangrove farm. Now, I do have some other tree farms. I've got the fungus farms, but quite frankly, these two will give me what I need for my starter base, and I really want to get going on that. Also, the fungus farms are really expensive, and we do not have the resources yet. But yeah, this is all we need for a mangrove farm. I thought I'd build it close by just because we've got the iron, we've got the cobblestone, we've got a load of other logs. There's going to be a big storage room under here for everything that gets destroyed by the TNT. Maybe we can end up feeding the mangrove into it as well. I've yet to decide. Still need to figure out what other farms are going to be going into this, because there's other stuff we can do. So, I think I'm ready to go. I think I've got everything I need. So, one more time lapse. Let's get the tree farms built, and then we can take a little bit of a break from building farms. So there we have it. We have added to our industrial area with 3 more farms. And I would love to show you how they work, but we have a slight issue. Not with the farms themselves. At least as far as I'm aware, I haven't been able to test them yet because I want to make sure all the other bits are working, specifically the bone meal farms. And this one, working absolutely fine. Works like a dream, feeding the mangrove farm. Not a problem. If we head over to the tree farm, while we're headed there, you will see the iron farm, the cobblestone farm, the mangrove farm, the other tree farm. Currently all accessible by scaffolding. Once I've got all of the farms I need in here, there have been a few different people who have offered to build something around it. But I need to get everything working first so they know what they're building around. So here we've got 2 bone meal farms, one feeding the general tree farm over here, and then one of them feeding the much larger dark oak tree farm over here. And again, this one is being fed absolutely fine. It's a little awkward to get to. You kind of have to drop down here to get to the lever. For this one, the bone meal farm is working. However, for the general tree farm, it's not. Every time I try to run it, it breaks. I do not know why. I know that it's a timing issue, but I cannot figure out where the timing issue is coming from. I have double and triple checked everything. I have checked against a few different schematics of the bone meal module, and they all say that everything's fine. So I have come up with another solution. Gonna take this bone meal module down, and we're gonna connect this tree farm to that bone meal module, because you're only going to be running one farm at a time, so they're all going into the same block stream, so we can only have one farm run at a time, just in case 2 blocks try to enter the block stream at the same time, which will break everything. So we're only going to be running one farm at a time, so we may as well have one bone meal farm, feed them both. So I'm going to take this out, redirect the hopper stream, redirect the redstone lines. Hopefully it won't be too bad to do. I'm going to find out in a few days, because unfortunately, I am busy all weekend, and I need to get the episode edited, so that's kind of, disappointingly, all we've got time for. Obviously, start of the next episode, I will make sure to go through the farms, show that they're working, tell you how they work. Especially, I love my dark oak farm. My dark oak farm works in a really fun way, I think. So we'll get that all working, start collecting the resources, prepare an area for the starter base. I need to find an area big enough for my starter base. I think I know where I want to build it. Maybe next episode we build the starter base. It is a big build though. Certainly bigger than all of these builds. So that may be a full week's job. But in the meantime, if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know if you have any idea why my bone meal module isn't working. Also, I should say, it's not on a chunk border. Where the issue is not on a chunk border. So that's not the problem. But yeah, like, subscribe. My name is Weird and Bearded, and I will see you all next time.